It appears I have underestimated how short I am. Let's fix that. Ah, there we go. Don't be fooled by the makeup I felt so compelled to do today. I got out of bed at like 2 p.m. and I am still wearing my fleece, what are these? I think they're penguins, fleece penguin pajamas while filming because that is the vibe I'd like to go into 2022 with. Hello, my name is Elise and I've been putting off this video because I am lazy. I've been saying for like a week now that I was gonna film my January TBR. I'm filming it right now, January 1st, because that didn't happen. I've been doing like little cute eyeliner for the past 3 days thinking I would film. No, I've just been sitting around in my house with glittery makeup on for no reason. But here we are, finally. So if you've watched some of my earlier TBR videos, I usually do this Reader TBR Jar game. So basically I have like a little jar, it's actually a Pokemon card tin, and I have written every single physical book that I own on my shelf here that I haven't read on a little piece of paper, and each paper is color coded. Each color represents a certain kind of mood because I'm very much a mood reader. I don't like set TBRs because I never follow them. So I made that game so that way I could choose books that were off my shelf and, you know, actually read my physical books, but also make the TBR very flexible so that way I could mood read through my TBR. However, as cute and labor intensive as that idea was, I accidentally forgot my TBR jar at my apartment and I'm here at my parents' house for winter break, so I will not be using it because I forgot it. But however, I still kind of want to do a mood reader kind of thing because again, I like making TBRs, but I just don't follow them. So the idea here for my January TBR is I've just written some kind of like genres slash moody, ready term thingies down on a piece of paper, and I've just chosen 2 books for each mood slash genre, and that way I will have books from different mood slash genres, but I have 2 books per mood slash genre, and that way I can, you know, really have a choice. But all of the books that I've chosen are books that I own because this mood reader TBR version for January is also going to be Elise trying to crush her physical TBR because it's out of control. So yeah, we're gonna go over that. Another thing that I usually do with my mood reader TBRs is I make it very clear that the goal isn't to read every single book that I have chosen. It's to read usually like, I think I say usually like half of them, so that way I can truly make it a mood reading experience. But we'll see how this goes. I never really follow my own rules, so I don't know why I go through the effort of setting them up, but that's life, that's the mood, that's the vibe, you know? But let's get into it. Okay, I was just pulling out my books for my first category here, but I love how I just completely neglected to acknowledge the fact that it's 2022, it's a new year. I am starting a new reading year. We just ended last year. Yeah. So that happened, but to start the new year, I've been reading a lot of childhood favorites in December. I reread Percy Jackson for my book club, Rewind Book Club. You should join. I always have the links down below, especially join the Discord, and you can follow us on Twitter. But I've been having a blast rereading the Percy Jackson series because that was one of my favorite books from middle school, but I never ever reread it. I haven't touched it since middle school. It's been a blast, but that has inspired me for my first category, which is childhood favorites slash nostalgia. So the 2 options I have for my mood reader TBR thingy is either the Heroes of Olympus series. I have 2 copies of all of the Heroes of Olympus series. I have the original covers, and then my friend Kaylee got me these ones. They are so cool. I haven't read these ones yet, but I'm very excited to. I mean, it's the same book, but look at, there's cute little art on it. I love it. And then the other series is Legacies Reborn by Pittacus Lore. I have read this, I've read this, these will be rereads, but Percy Jackson, as I said, I'm rereading those and I'm really loving them. And then this series from Pittacus Lore, this is a spin-off series from the series I Am Number 4, which is the Lore and Legacy series. My favorite series as a child. I reread all of the original series, not the spin-off series, I guess it was last August 2021. So yeah, I will either read Percy Jackson or Legacies Reborn. Honestly, I think I might try to read both because I've really been having so much fun reliving my childhood books. This book is slowly escaping, but yeah, I don't even want to read like big girl adult books anymore. I just want to read all of the childhood books, keep my characters safe and warm. Also, I'm back in my Nico phase, so everyone watch out because Nico D'Angelo is my character, and suddenly Nico is the only fictional character to ever matter, ever, right now as I reread these series. Oh yeah, shout out to Kaylee once again because Kaylee gave me this Nico D'Angelo hat. Oh, this does not go with my outfit. Should we do a little cosplay? Look at it. It has, yes, it says Cabin 13. Next category is romance, which is specifically adult romance, not YA contemporaries, because that's what I always read. So trying to branch out, figure out some other things I'm into. So the two books I've chosen here are both very, very popular, especially on TikTok. First one is The Love Hypothesis. If you don't know what this is, you've not been paying attention to social media lately. And the other one is People We Meet on Vacation. This one I got from Book of the Month, which I finally canceled my subscription. And then People We Meet on Vacation was a selection for the Buddy Readathon, which I hosted in the summer. And I'm hoping to host again. Let me know if anyone's interested. But yeah, I never got to it. So either one of these, I think they're both going to be I thought they were both lighthearted romances, but now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like someone said this one was actually pretty sad. But we'll see. We'll see. They're both very, very popular. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. But maybe I'll read both. I'm trying to read 31 books in July, or not in July, in January. So I don't know. Maybe I'll read them all. And then the next category, predictably, is YA contemporary. This is my most read genre, so no surprise there. But I have two books, The Other Side of Perfect and Not My Problem. And I know I've been saying this for every single category, but I'm probably definitely going to read both of these. The question is when, but it'll happen. Not My Problem, I've really been looking forward to this one. I already read Sierra Smith's other book, The Falling in Love Montage, and really liked it. And it's also one of the books that was chosen for the read 12 books in a year for 12 friends or something challenge. I don't know, it's been going around on Twitter. And then The Other Side of Perfect, this has been recommended for that challenge too, but I'm actually going to be meeting my internet friend Maury this month, January, and we're both going to read this book and annotate it and give it to each other, and it's going to be so cute, so I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, both of these will be read eventually. This one definitely in January since I'm going to give it to Maury, all cute and annotated. The next category is nonfiction, and I've actually chosen two nonfiction books that are very similar in genre. They're both about punk history. First one is called Sellout. It says the major label feeding frenzy that swept punk, emo, and hardcore from 1994 to 2007. Very much up my alley. I've read like 50 pages of it, but just never got back to it. But it mentions like a lot of my favorite bands from childhood. Just a little glimpse: Green Day, Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, The Distillers, Against Me, yeah, a bunch of bands like that. So I'll read this eventually, not sure about this month, but we'll see. And then let me just yeet that. The other book is Burning Down the House. I actually ended up getting two copies by accident because I ordered it off of Thrift Books and it was cheap, but I kind of got it. I was a little bit of a Karen because they sent me an ARC, and honestly, I didn't used to complain, but I just don't like spending $8 on a book that says advanced copy or advanced reading copy not for sale. Like, if it wasn't for sale, why did I spend $8 on it, you know? So I may or may not have sent a Karen-y email because I don't know, I was just inspired to send a Karen-y email that night. And then they sent me another book, except it's a library copy, so not entirely better, but whatever. So now I have two copies. But I don't entirely know what this is about. I think it's about punk and like Germany, something like that. The only reason I bought it is because I was at a coffee shop and there was this girl wearing a t-shirt from this punk festival I always go to, and I may or may not have just said, "Hi, I like your shirt." And then we traded Goodreads and book recommendations, and now I have the book, so I'll read that one eventually too. Either one of the punk books will probably be read this January. I'm noticing I mostly get my book recommendations from Twitter, but you know what? Usually they give me good recommendations, so whatever. But the next category is fantasy, and I have two YA fantasies for this because I'm not a huge fantasy reader. especially not adult fantasy. So YA fantasy I can somewhat tolerate. I usually don't enjoy it, but I've heard so many good things about both these books, so expectations have risen a bit. But I have Legendborn and The Beautiful City. Legendborn I read like 10 pages of or something like that and then just forgot to pick it up again. Beautiful City I've not read, but again, heard really good things about them. I don't know much about either, but I don't know, I'll trust y'all's word and just hope they're good like everyone is saying. But they both, I don't know, the covers look interesting. I can never be bothered to read the one paragraph that will tell me what a book is about because it's not going to be much help anyways. I don't know. But yeah, either of these, probably maybe Legendborn I'll aim for because I'm reading this as a buddy read, but I do want to read this one eventually. So we'll see which one happens. The next category is more of a mood rather than a specific genre, and it's basically just short books I can fly through because sometimes I don't want to sit down and read a book for 12 hours. I want a book I can get done in like 3 hours. So I actually have 3 for these. First one, and they're all different, totally different books. First one is The Best at It. This is a YA, no, I lied. This is a middle grade contemporary, and I know basically nothing about it. I just know that it is an LGBT book and I bought it for $2, so that is why I own it now. But hopefully it is good. I always love YA, or oh my gosh, I keep saying YA. I always love middle grade contemporaries. And then the other book I have, totally different. If you're noticing I'm out of breath, it's because I ran around my room to grab these books. The other book is Cracked Up to Be by Courtney Summers. I read Sadie by Courtney Summers and really loved it. And this is about high school and girls just being messy and people not liking them, and I always love that. So that's one book, and it's also super short. And then the last book I have is The Girl from the Sea. This one is a graphic novel, and it's sapphic, as you can see on the back, and it should read pretty quickly. I looked at, just so you could see, it has pretty colorful illustrations, and I can usually read graphic novels fast. So those are the 3 short books in case I am in a slump or don't want to read for a long time. And then the last category I just called bonus heartfelt goodness. So they're just kind of short books, nothing serious, just in case I'm really feeling something that, I don't know, that'll be heartfelt or like have to do with things that I really like. That's so weird and vague sounding. But I have 2 Percy Jackson books. These aren't like the actual books. These are just little, I don't know what you'd call them, bonus thingies. I have this Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Ultimate Guide. This isn't really a story. Ooh, look at the cover. Look at that. Look at that. I got this from a friend in high school, I think. But it's just like little character things. Gosh, that is cursed art. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is Nico in here? Nico's so cursed if anyone has seen the official art. Okay, there's no cursed Nico. Never mind. And then the other Percy Jackson book I have is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Demigod Files. I can't remember if I actually read this. But again, it's like this is a transcript or a file or something. It's not like a whole story. And then the other 2 books I have in that category, the Julie and the Phantom books. Yeah, I love Julie and the Phantoms. I bought the books, of course. They're short. They are not meant for adults. They are children's books, and I'm going to enjoy them anyways. Anyways, that is it for my TBR. I'm sure I will end up reading totally different books as I always do, but the goal is to cater to my mood and tackle my physical TBR. As I already mentioned, I'm trying to read 31 books in January, and I'm off to a great start because I've read 1 book and today is January 1st, and I literally stayed up till 6 a.m. to finish that book, so I'm already 1 book on track, but hopefully I actually read the books that I chose this time. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video and that you have a wonderful start to your 2022 year. See y'all next video. Bye bye. My name is Annabeth. I'm so cursed.